What do you think are the main challenges that your state, Rajasthan, faces?
Can I presume then that you are in favor of reservation in private sector as well?
Do you think that India treats its tourist in a fair manner, in a just manner?
Tell me, what is India's nuclear policy? You tell me, has India's approach of isolating Pakistan in South Asia been fruitful?
बैठिए बेटा.
Thank you.
मिस नागर,
Yes.
आप तो राजस्थान से हैं.
Yes, sir.
खमागिनी.
Okay, sir.
अपने बारे में हमें बताइए.
So I'm Sakshi. I come from Jaipur, Rajasthan. I have done my graduation in political science honors, and afterwards I did my post graduation in the same subject. And this is my second attempt at UPSC and first interview. I am a determined and hardworking person who likes interacting with people.
यहाँ पे 5 लोग बैठे हैं. Can you identify which one of us is a police officer? Just by looking at us.
No, sir, I can't.
Which one of us is an IAS officer? Just by looking at us.
If I may take a guess, may I?
Please.
Maybe, sir.
All right. Which one of us is a foreign service officer? Just by looking at us.
You, sir.
Disqualified. Relax, beta, relax. All right. We're just testing. It's called a stress test.
Yes.
We try and see how you respond. Well, I've seen your profile. Very impressive.
Thank you, sir.
पिछली बार कितने नंबर आए थे इंटरव्यू में आपको?
She didn't
Oh,
Sir,
you
I
didn't
didn't
appear for
qualify
the written में
prelims.
कितने से रह गई थी आप?
Sir, I didn't qualify prelims CSAT.
अच्छा, okay. Why have you made this choice of the civil service?
Sir, I have made this choice for civil services because not only about it's the opportunity and diversity it offers, but also it will allow me to take up a leadership position at a young stage of my career and use my skills for contributing to the nation's upliftment.
You want to be a leader,
Yes, sir, I want to be.
not a follower?
So a leader can also learn, not essentially an autocratic leader, but a democratic leader.
What is a democratic leader?
So a democratic leader is one who is ready to learn as well as listen to others.
What do you think are the main challenges that your state, Rajasthan, faces? Name the top 3.
So the first one, I would say that Rajasthan lags behind in literacy rate. Its literacy rate is behind the national average literacy rate. Secondly, sir, the unemployment rate is also higher, especially the urban unemployment rate is higher in Rajasthan. Thirdly, sir, it lags behind in investments and infrastructure.
I thought the infrastructure in Rajasthan is now among the best in the country.
Yes, sir, it's now improving, but still the investments are not at par with the other states like Gujarat and Maharashtra.
Gujarat and Maharashtra leave aside, but it's doing very well. All right. And now I wish to ask you something, ma'am. You've talked about the 3 challenges. One you said was literacy.
Yes, sir.
The second you said was
Urban unemployment.
unemployment. How will you solve the issue of literacy if you become SDM of Jumri Talaiya? Although it's not in Rajasthan.
Yes.
How will you solve it?
So for literacy, I think the first thing which needs to be done is towards adult literacy rate, because if we improve the school education, still the adult literacy remains, adult illiteracy problem remains. So for that, camps should be organized to tackle this problem, especially women literacy, because the women literacy rate in Rajasthan is just about 52%. So women should be encouraged and camps should be organized specifically for them as well.
एक महीने के कैंप में आप उसको लिटरेट बना देंगी?
No, sir, I think the camps should be regular.
Okay. And how will you solve the issue of unemployment? What's your prescription? I'm the government of India. Tell me what I should do.
So the scheme which has been brought in Rajasthan for urban employment, that should be implemented soon, and also, sir, the skilling of the people should be upgraded so that they can take up more jobs. They
They shouldn't become entrepreneurs. They should look for employment.
So they should be skilled in different fields.
All right. With a reasonable answer. I can see that you're very good. Relax. Take it easy, all right? This is not the end of the world. Over to my colleague.
So, Sakshi, you're comfortable?
Yes, sir.
Sakshi, you have taken political science as your optional. It is
Yes.
also your post-graduation and graduation subject.
Yes,
So
sir.
you are neck deep into political science, right? What is social justice and what is its relationship with democracy? Why it is said that social justice is a precondition for democracy in a country like ours?
So social justice is taken to be the architectonic, the key principle of any society, and social justice essentially, as per my knowledge, it means that everyone should get a comfortable position in the society as well as dignity, and when there is an equal or equitable distribution of the primary goods in the society, then that can lead to social justice. Also, sir, it's important in a democracy because democracy emphasizes on equality as well as liberty. So with social justice, we can provide opportunity and liberty to people to work their own ways, but at the same time ensure that inequalities don't rise to a great extent.
So the very fact that our society needs social justice to that extent means that by design, so far, our society is unjust as far as social justice is concerned. Is that premise accurate, or you believe that no, we are a reasonably just society, we are just seeking more justice? I mean, especially in terms of gender and caste I'm referring.
Sir, I think every society evolves from a certain condition and it moves forward. So same is the case for Indian society as well. Earlier we saw that there were great caste disparities as well as gender disparities, but now with time we see that they are declining, and with the right policies and actions we can move forward in the right direction.
One of the instrument to bring social justice is the proportionate representation. It is usually said that representation should be proportional. If in a just society, ideally your population percentage and your say participation in certain different jobs and other places should be almost identical, or if not exactly same. Why there are people who believe that the principle of proportionate justice actually violate the social justice, the democracy?
Sir, I think some people think that proportionate representation violates the principle of social justice because they may perceive it as a negative kind of discrimination and a sort of going against the meritocracy. But if we look at it as providing representation to people as per their contribution and their participation in the nation and their population, then that can seem to be reasonable enough.
So, are you in favor of proportionate representation or not?
Sir, I believe proportionate representation is not a problem if we allow appropriate skills and the needed skills to be there in the people who are being given the representation in that field.
Can I presume then that you are in favor of reservation in private sector as well? Because the biggest employment is coming from the private sector, and there is no proportionate representation, there is almost no positive discrimination there.
The private sector operates on the basis of merit, and meritocracy is their highest principle. But if we talk about proportionate representation, then that can only happen if the required meritorious people are available. So I think the first criteria has to be the availability of the requisite skills and the requisite qualifications, and after that proportionate representation can be carried forward.
You also mentioned that you were part of the MUN.
Yes.
Consider yourself to be a delegate of Ukraine.
Yes.
And present a case for abolition of United Nations, abolition of UN.
Yes. So can I start? So I would say that the UN has not been able to stop various nations from invading the other nations or carrying out violence against them. Even some people have termed it a toothless tiger, because even in case of Ukraine, there has been a lot of bloodshed and a lot of damage that has happened, but the UN has still not been able to stop Russia from doing that. That is primarily because of the veto power that Russia enjoys. So either the UN needs to be reformed drastically, or it needs to be abolished if the world has to be saved.
Fine, thank you. So,
Shabash.
Thank you, sir.
Sakshi,
Yes.
your hobby is calligraphy.
Yes, sir.
And the modern times, when we have such good looking fonts, what is the use of calligraphy?
So calligraphy is basically an art form of writing, and though we have some digital formats of writing as well, but calligraphy means that when a person practices an art form, that person also improves his or her motor skills as well as the skills of expression, which is not possible in the digital format. So calligraphy has its own advantages.
I assert that if a person is not able to write in a beautiful handwriting, if a person does not write in a beautiful handwriting, he can never learn that in life, in his or her life. Prove me wrong. Give me 3 arguments.
So can you please repeat it or clarify?
My assertion is that if a person does not develop a skill of writing in beautiful handwriting, he or she will never be able to learn that skill. Prove me wrong with 3 arguments.
So this is not the case, because we all start from a beginning point somewhere, and if a person is not able to write well or in a good handwriting, then that person can practice it. And right now there are various methods available. Even there are worksheets available which allow a person to practice the skill and become an expert in it, even get a good handwriting. Also there are many classes available even online that the person can choose to learn that skill, and if a person puts hard work into anything, then that person can perceive.
Okay. There was a famous personality who made the same assertion. Can you recall his name? No one.
Sorry sir, I'm not able to.
Okay. Your state Rajasthan, it's known for tourism.
Yes.
Tourism, the word tourism, does it appear in the 7th schedule?
So I think it does.
Which list?
So as per my knowledge, as far as I'm able to recall, state list.
Okay. Do you think that India treats its tourist in a fair manner, in a just manner?
Yes sir, I do.
Give your arguments.
Sir, in India, tourists, when they enter India, India is known for its warm hospitality as well as the humbleness of the people. So when a tourist enters India, that person expects good culture as well as good hospitality, and India definitely serves that to them. Also, India is improving the tourism infrastructure. For example, the transport as well as the stays which are being developed. So India treats tourists in a fair way.
Are you aware of recent cases, or there is always in news that some or the other tourist was harassed? There are also the news of rape and all. So now do you want to change your opinion?
Sir, I don't think that, definitely such incidents are disturbing and they need to be looked into. But so I don't think that some incidents can define the image of India towards its tourists, because these are some things which can be improved with proper law and order as well as educating the people about the importance of treating tourists well. And if we are able to improve upon them, then I think that will not be a problem.
Okay. List down 3 major environmental issues which are being debated the most at global level.
So the first one will be global warming, to limit the rise of temperature,
Okay.
which we see is not going up to the mark. Second would be climate finance, the issue of climate finance.
Okay.
There's a lot of differences between the developed and developing world. And so the third one would be so the issue of small island developing states, because they are getting more challenges because of the climate change.
Okay. See, essentially all 3 issues which you have listed are relating with the climate change.
Yes.
Can you give me 2 other specific issues?
So related to environment,
Yes.
sir, I can mention desertification,
Okay.
because that is happening at present. And sir, also the issue of forest fires.
Okay. Desertification should have been your main issue because it is impacting your own state, Rajasthan,
Yes.
and then you could have come on to the other issues also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hi Sakshi.
Hello, sir.
Sakshi, you said you will work on women literacy through camps.
Yes.
That sounded very strange to me. But can you tell me how we classify someone as literate and someone as illiterate?
Sir, a literate, as per my knowledge, is one who is able to read and write in one language.
Okay. So can we do it through camps?
So we can definitely make a beginning through camps through which people can be encouraged and they can be enrolled, and then regularly we can follow that up through institutions.
Okay. Now coming back to Jaipur. Jaipur is, I think, developing metro. There's
Yes.
some stretch of it is already
Yes.
being developed. So I don't think so metro is required in Jaipur, and it is also not successful. Give me 3 reasons that and argue your case that metro is not required in Jaipur.
So firstly, Jaipur is comparatively smaller in size than the other cities such as Delhi, Mumbai. So even the private vehicles can be used for transit. Secondly, the crowd in Jaipur, the population that lives in Jaipur, also prefers traveling by private vehicles because usually they have to travel short distances. People don't, at present, people don't live in the outside townships or suburbs. So usually they prefer the private vehicles. So these are only the 2 reasons that I made.
Okay, now give me 2 reasons why Jaipur should have metro.
So Jaipur is fast expanding. The areas outside of Jaipur are also seeing several developments, and the population is increasing. Secondly, sir, the tourism sector in Jaipur is also expanding, and the various tourists who come, it is easy for them to transit and travel to different places via metro.
Okay, good. Tell me, what is India's nuclear policy?
Sir, India's nuclear policy is shaped by several factors and has several principles, such as we have the no first use policy. We also have the policy of minimum credible deterrence, and sir, India believes in disarmament and peace.
What are the benefits of not having a no first use policy? India has a no first use policy, but let's say we change it to not no first use policy, then what will be the benefits of that?
So though first use policy seems to be dangerous and not much useful, but if we go to the first use policy, then maybe it could have a greater deterrent effect, especially seeing the neighbors surrounding India. They pose some threats
Okay,
to
this is
India.
number 1. Number 2.
So I'm sorry, I'm just able to think.
Okay, my last question. Russia-Ukraine conflict is going on for many years now, right? So what is the one thing which should be done by UN or by countries like India so that this conflict goes away? I mean, what is the one thing that should be done from Ukraine side or from Russian side? Can you suggest something like that?
So I think that one thing that needs to be done is definitely sitting at the discussion table and dialogues, and there should not be rigidity on both the sides. They should be able to arrive at some sort of compromise or some sort of give and take. Only then that this conflict can be resolved, or else it will go on.
So what can Ukraine give and what can Russia give in this give and take?
So Russia's major concern has been Ukraine joining NATO. So maybe that can be postponed for a little while, and Russia can definitely stop the aggression.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sakshi,
Go ahead, go ahead.
you are a student of international relations.
Yes.
Considering this, keeping this in mind, now tell me what comes to your head when you hear the term MSP.
So in the context of international relations. I'm sorry.
Let it be. Let it be. You tell me, has India's approach of isolating Pakistan in South Asia been fruitful?
So India has been following this approach of isolating Pakistan in South Asia, and to a large extent it has also yielded results. As Pakistan's economy, if we see, it has been going through a tough phase, but so in the isolationist policy, even as a regional partner, India needs to integrate with Pakistan, and we can't avoid Pakistan because it's our immediate neighbor. So in that sense, our isolation can't work completely.
So, isolation of Pakistan. On one side, we are enjoying that their economy is going down. On the other side, we are also concerned that one cannot have a failed neighbor.
How do you see this, and where do you see the future of isolation of Pakistan policy?
So definitely a failed neighbor is not in India's interest because that can create several disturbances. That is the reason so isolationist policy can't go on forever.
Solution, what would you suggest as a international relation expert?
Sir, I would suggest that India should look forward to talking to Pakistan and coming to the discussion table, as well as reviving the regional organizations such as SARC to exert regional pressure as well on Pakistan to engage.
Do you think sending our cricket team to Pakistan to play Champions Trophy would have been a good way to start this?
Yes, sir, I think India could send it, but seeing the current scenario as well as the security situation in Pakistan, it does not sound to be feasible enough at present.
Good. You have studied political science also.
Yes.
Any political thinker or political philosopher has impressed you the most? Can you name any? One or two?
Sir, I could say Hannah Arendt.
Hannah Arendt.
Yes.
What's so impressive in her ideas for you?
So firstly, she talks about the phenomenological methodology which is based on experience. So I think experience is the best way to define one's ideas rather than looking at the textbooks. Secondly, sir, her emphasis on freedom as well as her anti-totalitarian attitude is something which impressed me, that how as a society we need to work so that the mass phenomena does not come and we are capable of thinking in our own good.
But her views on totalitarianism is sometimes also criticized as biased. Do you know why?
So maybe because she labeled just the socialist and the Nazi communalism as totalitarian.
Good, good. India and China both came with economic reforms.
Yes.
China was 13 years in advance, but the reforms have yielded different result. Though India also benefited from economic reforms, but China has benefited many more times.
Yes.
What are the reasons behind it? Name 2 or 3.
So firstly, I would say that both India and China embarked on economic reforms, but India had a different implementation strategy and China had a different one. Also, sir, India has a huge diversity, which makes it a little bit difficult to pursue plans as per the what the government thinks.
Did any IMF had any role to play in that? Anyway, I just wanted to hear that China brought it on its own, while India's reforms were outcome of some pressure within as well as outside.
Yes.
Nice talking to you, Sakshi.
Thank you, sir.
खत्म हो गया सबका?
जी सर.
जाने से पहले एक सवाल पूछूं. What do you think of Donald Trump?
So Donald Trump is a good leader and a good politician, and some controversies though are associated with him, such as taking very extremely hasty decisions at times, but he also has some good traits such as being good decision making abilities as well as economic reforms.
Thank you. We'll call you back.
Thank you,
Well
sir.
done. You were good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
We are all of us agreed that you are outstanding.
Thank you, sir.
Right? और ये भले ही आपकी पहली इंटरव्यू है.
Yes, sir.
If you respond the way you did today, you will max it. You do extremely well.
Thank you, sir.
I asked you that question about Donald Trump, hoping to trap you, but you got out of the trap very, very well. Metro की बात ही मैं उसके बारे में बताना चाहता था. बेटा.
Yes, sir.
Initially, when you said what is wrong, you said because people are used to cars. The same argument was used in Delhi for 50 years to stall the metro. वो लोग जी जाएंगे नहीं, गाड़ी पसंद करेंगे. You know what's happening now.
Yes, sir.
People have abandoned their cars.
Yes.
I do certainly, and we prefer to use the metro.
Yes.
Right? So the same argument. Don't believe what you see on YouTube or read on Wikipedia.
Okay.
The metro is a jolly good thing. By the way, we build 2 metros every year in
Okay.
India.
Okay.
Right?
Right, sir.
And the last thing that I wanted to mention, you talked about reviving SARC.
Yes.
SARC is dead. Why did it die? Because all the other fellows would gang up against us.
Yes.
You want to revive it?
But sir, it's just a conventional. I mean, I just
Not at
thought
all.
about it.
It's dead. It's finished. It's gone.
Okay.
We don't want to bring it back. You want to be fighting on that front also? As far as Pakistan is concerned, what did you say? I'm a foreign serviceman.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it from an external affairs perspective. What did you say about Pakistan?
So
Should
I
we
just
destroy
said
Pakistan?
that, no sir, I just said that isolationist policy may not be successful in the
Why?
long
What will
term.
be successful?
Because
What
as
will
sir
be
mentioned,
successful?
what will be successful? So maybe engaging with Pakistan on the right lines.
Manishankar Raya yahi bolta hai. Engage with. How long have we been engaging with them? 77 years. What have we got? A kick in the teeth. How many more kicks in the teeth do you want? Don't you think we should eliminate Pakistan? Break it up into 4 regions?
Sir, but I mean, would it be right to say it like that in the interview?
Sorry?
Would it be right to put it up like that in the interview?
No, it's up to you to say, speak your mind.
No.
We in the foreign service expect people to
Yes.
speak their mind.
But sir,
Don't
how
come out
to
with ideas like engage with. How will you engage with them? He says, give me Kashmir. बोलो क्या engage करोगी?
नहीं दे सकते वो
तो फिर क्या engagement हुई? All right, think very carefully about what
Yes.
you say. You have enough time.
Yes.
Inform yourself. You've made the IS your first choice, and what's your second choice? The police.
IPS.
Ah. I think you would be brilliant in the foreign service. Badal dijiye. Now I hand you over to my senior colleague. He's brilliant. He'll tell you all about. Your body language was perfect. Your eye contact was perfect.
Thank you, sir.
Sakshi, your interview is on 28th of
Yes, sir.
February. You
Yes,
still
sir.
have a lot of time.
Yes, sir.
You'll be wearing a sari that day. Is that your plan?
Sorry?
Will you be wearing a sari that day? Or
Yes, sir. Sorry.
You, what we'll be wearing is there in your mind. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And see, as sir said, you're a very, very good candidate, right?
Thank you, sir.
And generally, almost with every member, your communication was good, and content was also good. Coming to specifics, dress we just discussed. Your
Yes.
sitting posture is fine. Voice level I'll be coming back, but hand movement is restricted, eye contact is good, flow is also good. Voice level at a few places goes very, very down, feeble,
Yes.
right? Look at the video carefully twice. You'll be given
Yes.
a video from that perspective, so only your video.
Right.
Look at it twice, one with voice, another muted. So you'll get the verbal and the non-verbal communication thing.
Right, sir.
I believe that you can be a little louder at places,
Yeah,
right?
I'll try. I realized that I was a
Right.
bit too.
So you work on that. Other things in general are good. There are few places where it appears that maybe a little brush up is still required,
Yes, sir.
right? And I don't know whether you're right. I'm right or not, but at a few places it appears that you try and gaze what the board member want to hear, and you try and fall in that place. You try to follow that. You're getting my point?
Maybe,
आप अनुमान लगाते हैं कि probably ये सुनना चाहते हैं, and you start uttering almost the similar things, right?
Maybe.
So in other words, if there is a smart board member here, he or she can put words in your mouth, which is not a ideal thing,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So what I'm suggesting is that be very cautious that you're not speaking something which you do not believe in,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
And it can be a trap. It can be a trap,
Yes.
right? So be very careful about that.
Right,
But
sir.
overall, you are generally very good. Whenever we are discussing political science, international relation, at least in these areas, you're doing very good,
Thank
right?
you, sir.
But the problem with this is that most of the time in these areas, it is primarily about the communication,
Yes, sir.
less about the, there is content, but less about the content. But I hope that you're equally good in economy and science tech and environment and things like that.
Yeah,
right?
I'll brush up on that.
Please
yes.
brush up on that. So, only thing you need to work on is the content. Everything else is in place. I'm sure you'll do very, very good.
Thank
right?
you, sir.
All the
Thank you.
best.
Thank you, sir.